We weren't supposed to have a part 2 for Black Lagoon. There's only 3 arcs to talk about, but here we are making a part 2.
I think it would be a very interesting part 2 because we haven't even talked about like the characters. And what was the arc where you had a lot of bounty hunters? That's Greenback Jane. That's the one where Chinese girl, she met like the little Sawyer mortician girl and the weird guy who's voiced by Double D, you know, Ed and Eddie.
So now I think we're gonna get to what I think is the funniest arc of Black Lagoon. Okay, I can't say it's the funniest of all animes just because I haven't seen Gintama. There's a lot of funny Bobobo arcs, but you know what I mean. But it's super funny and it's really fun to watch.
It starts off with the funniest hands down scene of Black Lagoon. And it's not even like the most well-written punchline. I just think it was so funny is when Ida and Revy was in the church just chilling and then the counterfeit girl came in and I don't know how was she like the people chasing her pissed off the church, the rip-off church, so they start blasting. It's like that Danny DeVito thing in Sunny in Philadelphia, right? And anyways, and then I started blasting. And then that random kid came and was like, I have a Tommy gun.
I'm start shooting.
Hi, I'm new. And then the old lady came and was like, you motherfuckers, you're wasting bullets. This is how you do it.
Bam, bam, bam. I just love because the gang, like, they had like a mediator, right?
Yeah.
It's like, Revy, you know who I am. Please stop shooting. Motherfucker, I don't care who you start shooting at me, I'm gonna start shooting at you.
God, I want to rewatch that scene right now.
It's so funny.
At the time, I saw this video being like the funniest scene of all anime, and it was in Kenichi when that gay Loki was like giving and I don't think that was Loki actually. I think he was thinking something else. But he's the guy who kept singing and dancing, and he gives giving cats to that one girl with the long leg and song.
Yeah, I think Sigrun.
And it's like, no way, motherfucker. That's nowhere near as funny as that scene in Black Lagoon.
Okay, so context for that scene. The gang is trying to make counterfeit money. They hired Jane. She's an Indian, a blonde Indian.
Oh, she's Indian?
She's Indian, apparently.
I thought she just had a bad tan.
They call her an Indian bitch.
I've never seen an actual Indian person in real life be blonde. I'm sure they exist, but in anime, it's a dime a dozen. You know what I mean?
Kojias. They have that scientist lady.
Black Lagoon. Not Black. Black Butler.
Black Butler?
That Agni.
Oh, was he blonde?
Oh, no. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, like, blonde, white hair.
Sure.
On Twitter a long time ago, they said that was problematic because it was, like, making POC people look more Aryan.
Huh. I just like the contrast.
I like the contrast, too.
But whatever. But then again, blonde on white people also look fun, too.
You know what? I thought Jane was Euro this whole time. Whatever that makeup trend is called.
Garo?
Garo. I never said it out loud before.
It's not in Japan.
Well, I wear a lot of case clothes during this time, okay?
Case clothes had one Garo case.
Felt like a million.
No, it didn't. So they hired her company. And I say like her company, but basically she teams up with a whole bunch of other hackers around the world to make counterfeit money. And she was working with one other person on location. But the gang was feeling rushed because they wanted the counterfeit money immediately. So they killed him, being like, okay, now that we killed him, you'll run faster, right? And she was like, no, he has all the information, dumbass. And so she was basically like, okay, I can't get the job done now, so I gotta run. And now I don't know if you would say the ripoff church saved her, but they basically shot the other gang until they ran away. And they're like, girl, what the fuck did you bring to our table? And she's like, I was trying to make counterfeit money and now I need to get out of here. And they're like, okay, why don't you go to this hotel? They'll keep you safe. And Revy's like, why the fuck did you help her? And she's like, I'm gonna tell a whole bunch of motherfuckers that she's at this hotel. And then when she's got nowhere to go, she's gonna be running to me. And they're like, why would she run to you? Because I'm gonna put a sign that says to run to me. Because I'll be in the alley.
Did she actually do that?
It's basically it. I'm like legit. Because the whole point is for her to like get shot up. But when she like lies on bed and looks up, it's gonna say exit is towards the alley.
Oh my
God. And then there's Ida. So there's a bounty for Jane, right? And then so when Revy and Ida takes her, basically all the bounty hunters run by Shenhua, or led by her, because she's very outspoken, very tiger mom, was basically like, you said this was an easy job, but now she's working with two hands and the ripoff church, none. So you're gonna have to up it to like 25,000 per person. The guy had no other choice but to hire them because I guess he really needs her dead. And then they were like, we're gonna go on our boat boat. We're gonna get you to safety. And the boat's gone because Dutch and Benny had their own job to do.
That's what happens when you don't plan shit out, man.
So they told Dutch and Benny, drop your job, get your ass over here. We're gonna get a big time reward. So they basically had to stall at their base while not millions, but like 100 bounty hunters come and burn the place up, shoot the hell out of them. This is why I really like Shenhua, because first she's an ally, then she's an enemy. And the fight between her and Ida is just so cool.
This is Rock.
Rock took Jane to the roof because that was the only way they could escape being surrounded by a whole bunch of bounty hunters. But who's there to meet them except Annie's favorite aesthetic character, cleanup woman Chainsaw Sawyer. She's cute.
She's cute. And is she gonna get her spin-off?
I think she has like a spin-off manga.
Weird.
Well, because cute Lolita girl, right, always gets the attention. But basically, yeah, so they were able to save Jane. And then I think Jane and Benny worked together to get access to that guy that they killed in the first scene to get access to our counterfeit money so that Jane can make counterfeit money, and that's when Benny and her hooks up.
Oh yeah, like she kisses him because she's so happy, and he's like, wow, it's the first interaction with a woman that wasn't batshit crazy.
They are dating though.
Mm.
It comes back after Roberta's blood trail, which now we get into Roberta's blood trail that they made into an OVA for whatever reason. But it's so good. It's crazy action. Because, okay, you're already set up with this whole thing of that Roberta is this badass bitch from when she first came, right? Like, they're just basically like, don't ever come back here because you totally wrecked the town. But now that her boss, Diego, who saved her when she had nowhere to go after the army, because she was part of an army who was trying to do like a coup d'etat to the government, like a revolutionary army, but then she realized that the army was corrupt and killing people for no good cause, and so she left. But she had no skills other than killing, kind of like Black Butler servants. So she was really indebted to Diego and was, I'm gonna protect you, Garcia. And then he dies, Diego. And so she's like, well, now I'm gonna get revenge on the people who killed Diego.
Go, Diego, go. He died from like there's an accident, right?
It was, yeah, collateral damage. Because I think America. Because in Japan, the big enemy is America.
And America, the big enemy is Russia.
Yes.
And Russia, the big enemy is aliens.
Bear on unicycle.
Bear on unicycle.
Bear on unicycle. Totally terrible accent.
Bear like I was like, sometimes the bear on unicycle comes and I know it's time to get the gun.
But so basically, and I think the American army happened to be in Roanoke doing like their own reconnaissance mission. And so that's why Roberta came to Roanoke to go and kill them. And then Garcia and his mini-maid came to get Roberta back.
I want my butter back, butter back, butter back, butter back.
This is the thing that never made sense because Roberta was introduced as the only maid.
Yeah.
Like, the family is so small that they can only hire one maid. And now they have mini-maid. And like, mini-maid is from like the bad part of Venezuela. So she was raised and trained martial arts and can kick ass, basically.
They clearly did not pay her this child labor laws. They gave her a little knife in her shoe to kick someone in the dick and then called it a day.
That scene I had to watch again, being like, did she really do what I think she did?
I always love it when someone gets kicked in the dick and everyone in the room goes, oh, like doesn't matter whose side.
The bar fights they do in Black Lagoon are so cool because it's just shooting the shit out of everybody and everyone has to take cover and somebody has to die because it's basically close quarters gunfighting.
Oh, bar fights are super cool. It's like D&D. It's a huge staple.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, well, I think in the first episode, Critical Role, just a bar fight.
Generic comedy scene.
Fair enough.
So Garcia teams up with Black Lagoon to find Roberta to prevent another shootout from happening, and they have to do like some detective work. Part of the detective work they find is that Roberta is using like an old ancient gun that Diego had as like a mount or like decoration, and so she wants to use that to kill the Americans, and they had to figure that out because somebody was buying black powder. The other thing they had to find out that she's on a lot of stimulants. Like, she is drugged the fuck up. She's hallucinating Diego. I think she's also hallucinating her father, and I think also like a man she killed. Like, the man she killed was somebody she didn't have to kill, but she killed anyways.
Roberta gets fucked up in this arc.
She gets fucked up because she's a one-woman army fighting the Black Lagoon Company, who hired also Shenhua, Rotten the Wizard, and Sawyer the Chainsaw. The Black Lagoon Company really plays no role in this.
Yeah, I remember that too. That's why it was kind of hard to watch because like it was just the Black Lagoon Company kind of playing catch up with Roberta.
Right. There's a little bit of manipulation between Rock and Garcia because Rock really puts Garcia up in the front line.
Oh.
Because it's like, why is Garcia also running through these buildings when there's a shootout happening between Roberta and like her old company. But he's there because Rock wants to fuck Garcia up. Not like in a physical way, more in a mental way.
Oh, why?
I think Rock gets weird in this arc where it's like, you know, because his character goes is finding out that like life sucks and just do whatever you want. He's playing a big gamble using Garcia to help save Roberta.
Oh, okay.
Like he's doing like high risk, high rewards kind of stuff because that's his way of feeling alive. It's like being like the strategist, the manipulator. And so like he thinks that part of saving Roberta is kind of fucking Garcia up.
All right.
Because basically he's forcing Garcia to see Roberta in a different way. That's why there's that really uncomfortable scene.
No, we don't have to it haunts me. That's one of the only scenes I remember in this like.
Yeah, so we won't talk about it. It's a very uncomfortable scene.
Yes.
But anyway, so...
But do you think that scene was necessary?
It's a good question of if it's necessary. Because again, it's all about the psychological mind games, right?
Yeah.
Of like, here's Garcia, here's how the glass shatters, seeing Roberta that way. Does he still want to save her?
Okay.
So remember how Roberta blew up the town the first time she came?
Yeah.
Well, she's basically blowing up the town again. So Balalaika, once again, has to step in and help the Americans escape Roanoke just so that they can get the fucking dog out of their city. The dog is Roberta.
Calls her a dog?
She's known as the bloodhound of...
Baskerville.
I read like an audiobook summary of that story. It's not as interesting as you think it would be.
Well, isn't there a scene at the end of Roberta's Blood Trail where I guess she's fighting the Americans in like tall grass and like she sets up a bunch of traps for them?
Yeah, so when the Americans escape, they escape to like this, I don't know where they escape to, but they have to like, you know, kind of go upriver, right?
Yeah.
Because the Lagoon Company was able to take them this far. But they find out that they're being hunted down by Roberta because Roberta is one step ahead of them somehow. And yeah, she's using like these old ash traps to basically kill them. And she's trying to kill them one by one. And then the commander basically goes out into the middle of the field and is just like, hey, Roberta, come and get me. And Roberta does, but then Garcia is like, no, enough of this shit.
I want to go home.
You know what? And then he basically shoots the commander.
Jesus.
And the commander goes down. And Roberta's like, no, I never wanted you to kill somebody. He's like, no, Roberta, it's okay. Now I'm a murderer, just like you. And kisses her. Again, only the younger feels one way towards the older, but the older does not reciprocate. At least I hope not. We'll never know with some of these stories.
Well, moving on. And then they leave, I guess?
The commander's not dead.
Oh, okay.
He had a bullet vest and he was part of the whole plan and blah, blah, blah.
Now, does Garcia know he didn't kill him?
He knows.
Okay.
Because I think this was a plan Rock came up with.
Okay. And he's like, okay, at this point, you hug her. And he goes in for the kiss. Like, oh my god, what are you doing?
He like snakes away. He's just like, I didn't see anything.
And everyone was like, fuck, you sick fuck, was this part of your plan?
Yeah. So basically, yeah, so then it has like this beautiful scene where she's like in a wheelchair and she doesn't have like some of her fingers. I think she lost like an arm or she lost a limb or something. It's hard because the fight scene in the jungle is super dark. So unless you up the contrast up to high, you won't see exactly every scene where she loses each limb. You do see where she loses her fingers though, because she basically gets shot with like a shotgun and her fingers are like hanging by like a thread of skin and she basically just flicks her wrist to get rid of the fingers.
Gross.
But she's, you know, she's on a bunch of stimulants and painkillers, so she probably doesn't feel too much of it. But so she gets up in the wheelchair and she's meeting the family of the man she killed.
Oh, Jesus.
So basically, like, because the thing is, like, she's trying to resolve her sin and stuff.
I would never want to meet the person who killed my loved one, you know?
Yeah.
Some kind of closure, I guess. Must be an awkward car ride home, though, being like, so I didn't expect her to look like that. Yeah, I think me neither.
And so I've only read one arc past the manga, past the anime, because the manga updates one chapter maybe every other month or something. And oh my god, even reading this arc was very difficult.
And you said the art style got worse, right?
The art style, I wouldn't necessarily say worse. It just got cleaned up. Because I read the manga too. If you like Black Lagoon the anime, I would suggest also reading the manga. Just because
It's funny old Marcus.
it's funny omakis, yes. One of the things I really love about Black Lagoon is the the way they talk.
Yeah.
The dialogue, like it feels real, gritty, just like natural. And then the manga also has that same type of talking, but it's just worded differently. So you get to see like cool readings of the same line. But the art style in this part gets cleaned up. I'm not sure why. I think maybe the main artist is probably relying more on the assistants, if I had to make a guess why. Like if you've ever read Soul Eater has like a really nice art style in the first half. It's gritty, it's sketchy, but it's full of personality. Then the second half, it gets cleaned up and it looks remarkably better, but it just loses all that personality. And I feel like that's what Black Lagoon does here. This one's called the Wired Red Wild Card, I guess. I don't know why. But basically, if I remember correctly, it's this Chinese hacker girl who's supposed to hack into the company. There's 3 companies involved, each from a different nation. And she's the Chinese one who has to hack into the other 2. And Revy and Rock have to like help her or protect her, really. And Jane's involved, but I forget why Jane's involved.
I'm guessing she's friends with the Chinese hacker, right?
No.
They look like they go to the same book club.
You know, honestly, they do. But Jane comes in the very end.
Oh.
Because she's like, Benny was supposed to go on a trip. And Benny's like, I have to help people. Well, help, quote unquote, right?
That's one of my favorite tropes where like one character comes at the end just because they want to get wrapped up. Like, we're supposed to be at my mother's at this time.
So that's how I knew her and Benny were still together.
Good for them. They're gonna have blonde babies.
Well, she's not really blonde.
What?
And I know there were like these 3 big ass dudes. It's one of those 3 big ass dudes who are really stupid and they call each other brother.
Oh, gotcha.
And they're the ones who's being hired to kill this Chinese girl, and then it's up to Revy to stop them.
Cool fighters at least?
No.
Oh, right.
Big muscular guys with guns.
Okay.
It'd be cool if they animated this. I don't know how interesting it would be. And then there's a scene where they hide her in like a whorehouse. And so you get to learn that like, they're like, Revy, when are you gonna come back and part of the show again? And she's like, I don't make enough money doing this, guy, so never. I was like, get to know a little bit more into the fucked up backstory of Revy.
I feel like it's just a boring version of Greenback Jane arc.
You know, kind of, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. It's a very heavy plot. I had to read it a couple of times to fully understand the plot. And I read 1 chapter of the following arc, but I'm really not interested in that because the way they lead that one into, it's like there's a wrestling ring of people fighting, and then one of the teams is basically 4 Lolita girls in suits.
Oh, okay. And look at the cover. It seems like it's a Lolita girl in the suit.
I will read it now that I know that it seems like the whole arc is out, because I was not gonna read it chapter by chapter. Black Lagoon is not a manga you can read chapter by chapter. You have to binge it arc by arc. That way you can fully understand the story of what's going on.
Alright, and according to volume 10, the popular arcs were the Aaron arc, Calm Down 2 Men. That's the most popular.
That's the going through errands.
Okay, then it was Hansel and Gretel, and then Roberta's Blood Trail.
Yeah, which I would put Roberta's Blood Trail way up number 1.
So yeah, what would be your top 3 arcs?
Yeah, Roberta's Blood Trail. Then I would put the Japanese art. Okay, no. I would put Roberta's Blood Trail, then Greenback Jane just because it's super funny. Then the Japanese art because it's like emotionally heart-wrenching. Then Hansel and Gretel because they're fucked up. And if I had to pick a 5th one, oh, no. Fuck.
Where am I going to put that Nazi submarine arc?
No, okay, Roberta's Blood Trail.
Number 1, because
Number
she was
1.
badass.
100% Roberta's Blood Trail.
The OVA got nothing on me.
Greenback Jane because it's super funny. Then Meeting Roberta, Blasta would be number 3 because it's so fucking cool. Then the Japanese Yakuza art, then Hansel and Gretel. Those are the top 5.
I can't believe when I meet my Chinese wife isn't higher. Goat Jihad Rock and Roll.
Alright, we saw this title and was like, what the fuck is this one? Then we had to read the last chapter summary to be like, oh, it's this one. Because we don't remember the fucking first half. You only remember the fucking second half. So just to wrap it all up, Black Lagoon is very good. Don't sleep on it. Somebody in the comments said that this series plus 2 other old animes has some of the best anime dubbings. Can you guess what the other 2 are?
Now, is it the obvious ghost stories?
No.
Okay.
Like legit dubbing.
People saying that My Hero Academia dubbing is really goat, and I'm like, I hope so.
This one they chose classic anime.
Okay, classics anime. Alright. I personally like Slayers, but I don't think Slayers is up there.
Slayers is not good dubbing.
Oh, it's not?
No, especially not compared to Black Lagoon.
Oh, okay. That we're going with that. I'm kind of judging in my head how well it meets the characters. Like Lena was really well.
Oh yeah, no. This is like a little bit of ad-libbing, but staying true to the story, but feeling very natural.
I said ghost stories.
Shut up.
It's
remember-
not Revelation Girl Utena.
No, I remember one answer. I think I remember what the second answer was, but the answer I remember is because I agree with it. The second one, I didn't remember agreeing with it. So I could have been wrong what that comment said.
I like Inuyasha.
No.
Oh, what What is it? I don't think I'll get it.
The one I don't agree with was Wolf's Rain.
Oh, okay. To be fair, we'll never agree with any positive opinion about Wolf Rain. You know what I mean? Wolf Rain's a good show if you watch it 10 times. No, fuck you.
Yeah, even I couldn't get myself to rewatching it. We only saw it once because as children, we had seen scenes of it, so we wanted to put it together.
Well, also because my friend is a giant advocate for Wolf Rain, but my friend also ships Zelda and Ganondorf, and like they're super smart.
You're not super smart when you're shipping Zelda and Ganondorf when there's an obvious couple.
Ganondorf and Link. Could have good dubbing. I wouldn't know.
Link and Fee.
Link and the little black short stack, Midna.
Whoa, oh, that one.
Yeah.
You said black, got all up in the air. What you mean by black? But the one I did agree on is Cowboy Bebop.
You know what? Anything with Steve Bloom, right?
Yeah. No, that means Naruto counts.
Oh, come on, Zabuza.
Zabuza is good.
Everyone
Orochimaru?
Orochimaru was good.
I guess.
Real fast, off tangent, do you agree that Zabuza is the best first arc villain?
Maybe. Okay, because I reread Land of Waves as an adult, the manga. It is an incredibly good art. It is so amazingly good.
Another younger and older couple that I'm not 100% sure.
We shipped them.
Yeah, we shipped them, but I don't know if we should. I'm pretty sure he's twice his age.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, not beating the grooming accusations.
Well, I mean, I guess.
It's like, don't ruin this for me.
Yeah, Annie. Come on. Look, Naruto was not in that age of people being super woke and shit. People just ship whatever they wanted to ship.
So it's very hard for us to like get rid of the shit we had since childhood.
I will say though, I can never ship Sakura and Kakashi.
No, that's weird. That's weird,
so
bro.
weird.
Like at that, we know their ages for a fact. Haku was kind of up in the air.
Haku's like 16.
I was Zabuza.
Like Kakashi age.
It's still older than Sakura.
Like by 4 years.
I feel like if you say Zabuza's the best first arc villain, that's too many specifics already. You know what I mean?
No.
I could say, for example, Juvia is the best water mage who's in love with a man.
We're gonna save this for another episode.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna defend Zabuza. Mochi Maru, I think his last name is.
Why would you know his last name?
Because I like Zabuza.
Okay, this is like off the dome, right? In Hunter x Hunter, who's the fuck is the first villain of Hunter x Hunter?
Hisoka.
Oh, you think it's like major villain?
It doesn't necessarily have to be a major villain, but I think if it's important to the character growth.
Okay, I think Konohamaru should have been Naruto's first villain.
the fuck up.
No, it would be the weird tiger man. He would be Naruto's first villain.
Mizuki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, another episode idea. Until then, read Black Lagoon. Oh, also, your favorite character is Bella Laika, and I don't know why Ida was part of the FBI.
No, CIA.
CIA, okay. I don't know why. Did I ever get explained?
She was just part of it
Alright.
from the beginning.